Hey everyone, Mac is back, and today I'm going to wrap up the Siege of Winterfell Commander series, and this one's going to be for Raymond, Jon Snow, Cersei, Daena, the Hound, and Littlefinger. So there's going to be a total of 6, I believe, in this go around, which normally there were 5 because we have 1 extra commander. So let's get to it. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is Raymond, and his rage cost is 700, which is a little bit high, so not really that good when it comes to his rage. His cooldown is 12 seconds, which is normal. He doesn't have any bonuses, as you can see, so obviously that's terrible. We really hope his skill would be very good, because if the bonuses, if you're not getting any bonuses for your troops, that's hurting them extremely much. And his actual skill is increases the normal attack damage dealt by 60% and the skill damage dealt by 60% for 6 seconds for the commanded troops. So that's actually pretty good. You're a 60% attack damage. That's not really too great on that, because you're talking the attack damage of, say, if it had bonuses of 100% or 100 or 200% or something like that, it would be a lot better. The skill damage, though, that could actually be pretty good, because the 60% skill damage, if one of these, if you have like Daenerys or something, and her skill is getting, is killing a lot of troops that are doing a lot of damage, the 60% is quite significant. So I could see some upside with that. However, I don't really like that he doesn't have any actual bonuses itself. Jon Snow, as you can see here, his rage cost is 1,000, and that's the highest that I've seen, which is absolutely absurd. So it means his skill and the rest of everything else better be really good if you're going to be using him. Cooldown is 12 seconds, which is the norm. His bonuses down at the bottom there: total defense, attack, and health. You'll get those. I believe they're going to be the same as the other big commanders up there. So he's going to get 120% of those. So you can use them in any single lineup that you possibly want. Now looking at his skill, it reduces the normal attack and skill damage taken by the commanded troops by 80%. So now you're reducing normal and skill damage. That's really, really good, as we just saw how Raymond was going to increase it, while Jon Snow is going to decrease it by even more than that, by 20% more than Raymond's going to increase it. But then on top of that, he also increases the counterattack damage dealt by 150%. So that if you put him in as, say, an infantry lineup, and he runs into and he starts attacking spears, you will add another 150% counterattack damage. So that's very good. And then we're not done yet. And at the same time, increases the infantry health of the commanded troops by 300% for 4 seconds. So that's not really that great. But to add on to everything else on there, that rage cost for 1,000 is actually worth the skill that you're getting, because there's 3 different aspects of that skill. The only thing missing from that would probably be that it only affects. There's no affecting more than 1 troop. It's or it's just affecting the troops in that lineup. But that's a very, very good skill. There's a lot to like in that one. That's why you're going to pay up for that commander. You can, like I said, I have him gray, I could put him in there for gray and still get 10% attack, health, and defense, and then be able to use his skill. But I'd have to make sure, if you're going to do that, you're going to buff those troops as well. Looking at Cersei, her rage cost is 800, so it's a little less than Jon Snow, but it is still very high. 800 is still probably the 2nd or 3rd highest. There might be an 850 in there somewhere along the way. And the cooldown is 12 seconds, which is the norm. Same thing with Cersei or Jon Snow, as the totals are going to be 120% at gold. And then looking at her skill, it creates a circular area that lasts for 6 seconds near the target troops. So whatever she's attacking, there's going to be a circular area that's created, causing the enemy troops in that area, a max of 3 targets, to take skill damage every second for those 6 seconds. The damage coefficient is 600, so that is actually pretty good. I've always reiterated this, that those max troops are really good if you're getting more than 1 troops, and this time you're getting 3 of them, and it's 6 seconds, so it's a pretty considerable amount of time to be able to do this coefficient damage. So very good skill for her. Again, if you have her gray and you have enough of the troops buffed, with those bonuses, you could actually put her in there as well. A commander that I don't have, again, one of those expensive commanders, but rage cost is 800, so it's the same as Cersei. The cooldown 12 seconds is normal, and her spear attack is going to be, you can tell, obviously I don't have her unlocked, but it gives us the full amount now, which is 400%, which is amazing. 400% is the most I've seen on here. And then the total defense is 200%. And I want to go back. Actually, I think 500% might have been the most, and Egbert might have been 500% most. And we'll go check that real quick. I just wanted to see about that. Nope, it's 400% bow attack. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, Daena is going to be equivalent to that. Now, looking at her skill, recovers the wounded in the commander troops, healing a coefficient of 1,000. And at the same time, removes all control status effects on allied troops in a circular area, max of 3 targets. Again, we love that. And then also grants immunity to all control status effects for 4 seconds. So that's another one that's really good. You're affecting 3 troops. We're getting some healing in there. You're also recovering control status effects. So that's very good as well. And then also getting the bonus on top of her. The only downside I can see to her right now is that her rage cost is a little high. And that she, has to be, and that's it. That's it actually, because her spear damage. You put her in a spear lineup, she's definitely going to be in there if you have her anywhere. Even probably even have her, green or purple. You're probably going to, quality. You're probably going to be able to do that. All right, now looking at the Hound, Sandor Clegane. Rage cost 800, same as the previous 2. Cooldown is the same. The total defense attack, that's actually 200%. See, I misspoke. So when it comes to like Cersei and Jon Snow, it's not 120, it's actually 200%. I was just basing that off of other ones that I've seen. But so yeah, you're going to get 200% across the board with that. Looking at the skill, it deals skill damage, coefficient of 2,500. That's crazy. To the targeted troops and reduces the targeted troops' rage by 300. So when he gets this off, he's actually going to, you want to make sure you try to focus on whoever their best commander is when you want to attack them, when you have him in your lineup, because that'll reduce the rage if they don't get their skill off as often, and it also does 2,500 skill damage coefficient. That's really, really good. So I really do like Sandor in that respect. And last but not least, in this this series here, we have Peter Baelish, or and his rage cost is 850, so there we go. That's one of the worst ones we've seen here at 850. Cooldown is the same. Total attack, defense, and health across the board at 200%. And his skill reduces the normal attack damage, counter attack damage, and skill damage dealt by enemy troops in a circular area, max of 3 by 70% for 5 seconds. So he's going to take everything that opponent has and reduce it by 70%. So you're going to take 30% damage for 5 seconds by 3 different troops. That he's going to affect, and it may not even be against you, because if it affects 3 different targets, those targets might be attacking something else, and that'll be reduction against your alliance mate. So it's very, very good. So I like that. I like that as well. So as you can see from all of these different ones, the expensive commanders down here really going to have some very, very good skills to get off. So this is the last video in this series, and my next video, videos are come out that I'm going to do probably in the weeks to come here, are going to be formations of, formations for free to play. Which commanders you're going to put in there, how to kind of organize that. Do you want to do, just all infantry for all 3? Do you want to do all cavalry for all 3, or all spear? Do you want to go all bows? Depending on what you're going to end up doing. But I'm going to go over those. I'll go over for the medium spenders as well. And probably just kind of leave it at that. Probably I may go for the higher spenders, but I think they already know what they're doing. At least I hope they know what they're doing. If not, I may go through that. We'll see. But until next time, Mac out.